Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So we'll take the roll call when we open the general meeting. Okay. So you want to do the big property first?
Yeah, I'll do the
Okay.
legal notice.
You want to read the
Yeah,
public notice?
sounds good. All right. Notice is hereby given that the Town of Shandaken Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 267-A of the state law and as prescribed in the district schedule of area and bulk regulations of the Shandaken Town Code for the purpose of hearing the following. Regarding an application for area variance submitted by Christopher Bick for a parcel located at 49 Miller Road in Mount Tremper, further identified as SBL number 25.11-1-1, said parcel being located in a residential 1.5 acre zoning district. The applicant is seeking relief from the required 50-foot setback on the rear property line in order to construct a 12 by 18 addition to the existing home. The public hearing is scheduled for November 20th, 2024 at 6:45 p.m. at the Shandaken Town Hall, 7209 Route 28, Shandaken, New York. Anyone who wishes to make comment regarding the application may do so during the public hearing. If you are unable to attend, you can send any comments you would like read during the meeting to shandakenbldg@gmail.com or P.O. Box 134, Shandaken, New York 12480. All such comments must be received no later than November 20th, 2024 at 3 p.m.
Have there been any respondents? No?
None.
So no one here wants to weigh in on the public hearing for the big property? Okay, so that public hearing is closed. Did you guys get a chance to drive by, or?
Yeah,
Yes.
another property.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. We'll rule on that first.
Yeah, I walked and saw it.
Yeah,
There's a forest behind it that the monastery owns.
yep.
And
Privately owned,
cabin
it
is
is.
set back.
That's vertical land right
Yeah.
behind it. Okay. Okay, so I make a motion, we close that public hearing, and then we need to open another public hearing for the iconic property. And we should wait until 7 o'clock to do that. Okay, so we got a few minutes. Okay, and Mr. Brewer is here. We're gonna need some more explanation once we open the public hearing on, I'm a little bit confused about what variance you need. But we'll have the public hearing first and see if any of the neighbors weigh in. And we'll open that at 7 o'clock. We'll have a quick public hearing, and we'll open the general meeting, and we'll be able to make a decision on some of these other issues.
Okay.
All right. Did you guys sit after the last meeting? Yeah. You said that, I was
How's that
too.
house going?
It was really bad.
She asked me, she said,
No?
how'd you get sick?
Stared
I wasn't around anybody. I said, maybe.
close to that.
I said, I could've got sick.
They just need to
I think I called it the weekend.
I was only there for a couple of days. Yeah, it only bothered me for a couple of days.
Yeah, I was on my back for like 2 weeks, I could really bad.
Well, this was like 2 days after the meeting, I got sick. And I didn't get sick right after that.
Okay,
So,
I was in the Plaid-Boxid every day, get here for 5 days, didn't help. I'm feeling better now, but it hit me really hard.
you look good. Look like you came and got away.
Yeah.
Me?
And I was dehydrated, and,
That's not good.
no, and so the
You know,
blood
you go
pressure.
down Woodland Valley,
So I went to the
make a
doctor,
right
they did a
on
blood test, they
Baker
said,
Road.
dude, you are so
Take the
dehydrated, your
driveway
blood
there, mine's
pressure
straight up to the,
is
literally,
So
if
he
you
had
just,
me check
instead
in the
of
hospital
continuing on
overnight,
Baker,
they
you just go
did
straight up, there's a little
all
hidden
night.
driveway.
And then they released me the next day, I was feeling better.
You just gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
drinking
you
water
gotta,
like
you gotta
crazy.
be conscious of how much water you drink.
Yeah, and older people need more water,
Yeah.
so.
From Mountain Mount to Mountain, who owns the diner.
Do you have any questions about the big property?
Property, his restaurant is over there.
What's the, yeah, not
Yeah.
yet.
It's just a small thing. That's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was probably DEC land, but you're right, it's owned by the
monastery.
monastery. But it's really vertical, nobody's been there.
There's a stone wall there. There's a stone wall behind it. It's all forest.
Yeah.
On this side, and he went to
Not necessarily, no, not necessarily. On this side of the river, yes. Although he did look at something, he looked at two pieces on the other side of the river. Some by,
See, Don might be here.
cannibalizing there as well.
She loved it.
colleges, Greentown,
Yeah,
It's on the way up by Hudson.
I might have.
Feeling good either.
There's a main road, just across the street. Building, you need a building, she was not big.
Yeah.
So you'll have to, you'll put the diner in front of the building, basically. Yeah.
Another $150. And it's another $1 million. Some site work and retrofitting designer and, retrofitting the building that you're buying.
We should deal with that.
After this, after
No,
the,
that's a real problem, yeah.
if he sells that, yes.
This is unsold property. You know,
Definitely a fair trade, like the whole.
This is Main Street.
This is Main Street, this is the stream is here, this is to 14. So when you come down to 14, you have the stop sign, it's like that.
Well, it's funny.
We used to have a body shop.
Oh, that place, okay.
Yeah. And these buildings already exist. This is a garage, and this is the shop. And then there's already a rental here.
Seems like.
Oh, okay.
Not here, there's another building here. So there's the main building,
So they're
the
not
rental,
necessarily driving.
it's always been
Yeah,
there.
yeah, no, I see that.
Shop, and she wants to
think that was a big
convert
problem.
these two into
Five minutes.
ASUs.
STRs, long-term, short-term rental,
Auxiliary
accessory structures.
structures, yeah, that's
Yeah,
what.
that house is gonna be done.
I don't have an application for that, though.
No, but I like something. Work for architects. You work for builders, it's not work for architects. Exactly. The American way.
You see, these two old kids, a garage, and that was a
Design
shop.
build.
And this is a structure here that we rented out all the time.
Yeah, and I guess that's solving problems.
The only issue is
7 o'clock. Yeah, sure. Okay, I make a motion, we open the public hearing for the Iconic property. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Public hearing is open for the Alfred Iconic variance application. Olivia, do you want to read the public notice? This one?
Can I see that one?
Yes.
The big one?
All right. Notice is hereby given that the Town of Shandaken Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 267-A of the state law and as prescribed in the District Schedule of Area and Bulk Regulations of the Shandaken Town Code for the purpose of hearing the following applicant. Regarding an application for area variance submitted by Donald Brewer on behalf of Alfred Hykonig for a parcel located on Route 212 in Mount Tremper, further identified as SBL number 25.11-1-22.310, said parcel being located in a residential 1.5 and residential 3-acre zoning district. The applicant is seeking relief of restrictions located in the Town of Shandaken zoning codes 116-19, requiring a minimum lot frontage of 50 feet in order to subdivide the existing 21.73 acre parcel into 2 lots. The public hearing is scheduled for November 20th, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the Shandaken Town Hall, 7209 Route 28, Shandaken, New York. Anyone who wishes to make comment regarding the application may do so during the public hearing. If you are unable to attend, you can send any comments you would like read during the meeting to shandakenbldg@gmail.com or P.O. Box 134, Shandaken, New York 12480. All such comments must be received no later than November 20th, 2024 at 3 p.m.
Okay, were there any respondents?
No.
Yes, sir. Yeah, step up, step the microphone so we can all hear you.
If you're here to speak, can you please sign in on the sign-up sheet? Sure. Thank you
Turn
very
that
much.
microphone around.
His microphone.
He's all right.
Don't need you.
Hello,
Give us your name first.
my name is Nolan Wilder.
Okay.
I live at 5309 Route 212 in Mount Tremper. It's the lot directly below. The lot. I just
And it's adjacent to the access road, correct?
yes, the access road. So, I mean, I'm sure you can see on.
Come up if you want.
Sure.
You're over here.
So this is the access road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm this lot.
Uh-huh.
My neighbor is Teddy, and that's the lot. So,
So your lot
this is
is,
the access, or this is
Right.
the access road coming up from
Yeah.
212. This is my lot right here.
Teddy's over here.
Teddy's over here.
Right.
That's
Barry
mine.
Ann's
This is
over here.
Alfred's.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so I get like my biggest question and kind of concern. I have two questions and concerns. The first one being the electrical. Like how is electrical planned on getting up there? Because it will either possibly like getting it up that. I understand getting it up that road. Up that access road. It's a very small dirt access road, and the poles would have to be quite high for there not to be any issues for like delivery trucks to get into my driveway or Teddy's driveway. The electrical would cut right across our properties. The other way I thought, and like maybe they dig up the road and bury the electrical line and bring it up there, which I mean that would be great because that road could definitely be redone. That would be nice. But that the electrical is kind of my biggest concern. The other concern is kind of water runoff and how that would be kind of dealt with. There are kind of drainage ditches that have been dug along that road.
Yeah, I just got stuck in one when I was doing the
Yeah.
driveway.
Yeah, exactly.
Crack the
Like
bumper.
when we do get rain, they
Yeah.
can overflow pretty quickly. And if the runoff from that property, once it's developed, I think, once it's developed and like, once the runoff comes, like that could totally overwhelm the kind of drainage ditches that are already there. And like that floods out my property because I'm right below, could definitely flood out Teddy's. And like we have had the road actually totally wash out, where our driveway connects to 212. I just like, I don't have a problem with it being developed up there. I just like wondering if any of this is being considered and like how it will be dealt with. Because like that, I mean, the electrical line is, I would prefer not to have that right above my house or like be right above the driveway.
How's the electric get to the house that's there now?
So, it cuts across. So it cuts across the road and attaches to my house. It cuts across my property and from the road and attaches to my house. Teddy had to put in a pole for his property and attach it to his house, and his meter is by the road.
There's no existing house on the Height Coney property.
Oh, there's no house.
There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing up there. I think they started.
House site, yes.
There's a site. There's a site, and they've leveled a whole bunch of stuff, but like, there's nothing. There's no building up there. There's nothing.
But there's a pole on your property?
No, there's no pole on my
Just goes
property.
directly
It
to
just goes directly from the
your
street to my house. It hangs a little low, but like, when I got my roof redone, we had it raised, so it's definitely up higher than it was. Like when I bought the house,
So
it
the
was
question
low.
is, your question is how they get it from the road up all the way up here.
Yeah.
And
Or there.
it is too, right?
Huh?
To this other lot also,
What?
to the building site. I mean, there's no electric there now. you said.
No, there's nothing
So how
there.
do they get it there too?
I have no idea.
Right.
So where does so you're here?
Yeah.
So where's the power coming from?
Power comes from like right here.
Across the road.
It comes across the road, it cuts between these two kind of giant trees, and goes right to my house. And like there's kind of a drainage ditch that runs along my property line in between B and C here. But like there's giant trees all along this, and like up here, like that's all trees, and that's steep. it's real steep.
Yeah.
And so I just like, how would they get it up there?
Yeah.
I think these are issues for the planning board.
Let's see what,
Mr. Brewer has to say. Okay,
Okay,
all right.
thank you very much. Yeah.
No, and I said about the drainage, I didn't know if that was being considered drainage and electric, cause I mean, even as it stands now, like, I mean, unless, when it rains, if I'm not there, like, I gotta clear out those drainage ditches with rakes,
really?
or else, like, it
Yeah.
floods out the driveway totally. And so, like, if there's houses up there, I mean, just a roof in general, like, that's thousands of gallons that's not going into the ground, and that is also more drainage that needs to be dealt with in a proper way.
Yeah, this
Um,
is steep territory
yeah.
too.
It's very steep,
Was it-
and it runs into Teddy's property as well.
Wasn't that road already there?
Yes, that road is there, and there are shallow ditches along the road that overflow almost every time it rains.
Right, I understand that the road was just gravel though.
But it was just gravelled,
Yeah.
past Teddy's part, but the road that leads up to,
There is-
like,
yeah,
the road
there's
that
a
leads
gate
up
there.
from the road to.
Yeah, from the
Is
main
it
road.
past the gate they gravelled it?
They gravelled from the gate up, but they
Up,
didn't
yeah.
gravel from the gate down. So from the
Got it.
gate down where Teddy and I live, it's still the original
I get it.
kind of dirt, lumpy road that it was.
Okay. But you don't need the road to access your property. You access your property directly off of two.
Street.
No, I need that. Yeah, that road is, that, like, you can't access Teddy or my property without that road.
Without going on that
Oh,
dirt
okay.
road.
Yeah.
go on there and turn off?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, so my driveway,
That
So
arrow?
that is a city road.
so my driveway comes up, it comes up like maybe like 20 to 30 feet, and then I can get
turn
into the drive.
okay,
Teddy's-
Teddy's comes up and
Go
goes
past it.
over.
right.
And so you can't access either,
Yeah,
either of the
Teddy's right
houses
here.
without that road.
Uh-huh,
Oh, okay.
oops.
So our only purview is to rule on a variance for an existing law when somebody wants to build something that abrogates that existing law and we are capable of giving a variance. So we are not capable of adjudicating drainage issues or electricity
Yeah.
issues.
It's the
So that's,
planning board.
that would be an issue for the planning board.
Okay, is that, I just got this notice in the mail and I didn't even know
Understood,
anything was
yeah.
happening, so I
Yeah.
figured I'd come and say something.
So for this development to happen, they're gonna need a special permit from the planning board. And they've, Mr. Heitkamp has apparently already been in front of the planning board. And they said, well, we can't grant, and he's asking for a subdivision of this huge property, the two properties. And they're saying they can't grant that until he gets a variance on, he needs a 50-foot frontage on
214, on 212.
212, which I don't understand because it's not adjacent to 212. They're-
No,
they're-
it's
they're-
pretty
it's
set back.
their
It's over
properties.
an acre back.
Over an acre back, so that's why I don't understand why the planning board sent that to us. So maybe Mr. Brewer could give us some elucidation on that.
Yeah.
If this variance gets approved tonight, he'll be at the December planning board meeting for approval of the subdivision, which you're welcome to attend, second Wednesday of the month at 7:00. And the public hearing on that for them has already been closed, but I'm sure that should we ask the planning board if you can speak, they'll probably be more than willing to.
Okay, that'd be, and I could voice these kind of concerns.
Absolutely, no,
as
these
well.
are certainly
Okay.
pertinent issues that need to be worked out.
Yeah, yeah, because it's just like how I'd hate for him to put all the money into developing it just to not be
And
able to get electric up there.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Um,
These need to be worked out a priority
yeah.
before. Okay, well, thank you for voicing your concerns.
Thank you for hearing me.
And for coming, because that makes more sense now, everything.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, it was a bit confused. Okay, did you guys have any more questions?
No.
Okay,
So, we have Mr. Brewer.
Thank you.
no, let's open the general meeting.
We don't
and then-
have,
And then we'll hear from Mr. Brewer. Does that make sense?
Public hearing, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, you just have to.
So the
close.
public hearing is to hear the public.
Right,
He's
right,
not the
right.
public,
Okay.
he represents the
Yep.
client.
Got it.
Okay, so I make a motion, we close the public hearing for the Height Koenig property. May I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
And I'd like to make a motion to open the general zoning board meeting
Yep.
for the 20th of November. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Ready.
Aye.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, well, roll call first. Pledge of Allegiance first. Yeah. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. May we have the roll call?
Mark Lodi,
Present.
Gary Guglielmetti.
Here.
Alan Vella.
Here.
Christian Lynch.
Here.
Henry Williams.
Present.
Okay, we got a full house tonight. Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah.
Did anybody get a chance to look at the meeting, the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
Was it-
Yeah.
Does anybody have
I didn't have
any
anything.
modifications? Okay, so I make a motion, we accept the minutes from the October meeting as presented. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so minutes so accepted as presented. Thank you, Olivia, for doing your usual great job.
Thank you.
What's next? Any other
Want to
business?
do
we did?
Chris and give them off?
I think Chris Beck should be the first, because that's
You
easy.
You do that first?
Yes, because that's such a no-brainer, I think. Is Mr. Bick here? No, oh, there he is. Oh, hi. Okay, so you guys understand the variance he's asking for? Okay, so this property is, the back property is, it's tempting to think this is DEC land. It's actually a huge tract of wilderness that's owned by the Zen Mountain Monastery. And the property directly behind Mr. Bick's property is pretty vertical. Nobody's ever gonna build on it. So there's no, issues about, impedance on the public way, public right-of-way. There is no impedance on view shed from the neighbors. We haven't had any public input of anybody objecting. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Bick? No?
Not-
Okay, so I make a motion that we grant the variance as Mr. Bick applied for. Do I have a second? We have a second, Gary seconds, all in favor?
Roll call.
Aye.
Roll call vote.
Roll call vote.
Mark Lodi,
Yes, I guess that's, aye.
Gary Guglielmetti.
Yes.
Alan Vella.
Yes.
Christian Lynch.
Aye.
Henry Williams.
Yes.
Okay, so moved. Mr. Bick has the variance he's asking for. Good luck.
Granted a 39.5-foot variance.
Okay, that was an easy one. I wish they were all that easy. Okay, so the Elford Hodling issue. Mr. Brewer, so first of all, could you please explain to us where the 50-foot frontage is in violation of?
Okay, Mr. Koenig has 21 plus acres. He wants to subdivide 5 acres off. And the roadway leading up to the property stays with what you see as Lot 2, the 16.7 acres.
Right?
Lot 1 has the right to use that driveway.
Okay,
Uh,
so it's a
the
grant,
right-of-way for lot
it's a
one.
granted easement
Yes.
that's in place?
Um,
Okay,
The question came from the planning board from, Regulation 116-19, minimum lot frontage, and it says that it said lots need to be fronted on the town, county, or New York State highway.
none of which is extant here.
It's located on a state road. The
Lot-
parcel's legal access is off of the state road.
Lot 2 is on a state road, because he owns the road there. Lot 1 is not on the state road because he's using the driveway.
Which is exactly, brings us back to the original.
Lot, where is the state
Yeah,
road
can
on?
you approach?
Yeah, come up here. Okay, lot 2 is on a state road. What state road?
That's a state road, huh?
That's a state road, but there's no adjacency here.
No, 50 feet comes in. Here's what I was saying.
There's no frontage on it.
What if
Neither
you
of
put
them
an-
are on
what
the
if you
state
put an
road.
opening here, like on this drawing, 50 feet?
He can go in
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah, I know that, but I'm just looking at the drawing, saying maybe the drawing is why they said that this isn't on.
Is this not wider than 50 feet?
That's 50 feet.
50 feet wide.
50 feet wide, the access to the road.
Say 76 feet.
But they're saying frontage, meaning frontage on the road here, frontage on the road here. Isn't that what they
Frontage
mean?
along the legal access to the lot,
Legal access.
This has,
the road on which it is located.
this has frontage on, the legal frontage on here, so
Okay.
that's fine.
Therefore, this is a town road,
No,
State.
it's a, right, it's a private.
private road, okay.
And there she goes.
It's a private road in which, as you heard earlier, this person has a right of way off of it.
Right.
This
Okay.
person, this new lot's gonna have a right of way off of it.
And all of this frontage is on this 50-foot road, and this is a user road,
Correct.
a right-of-way road. And I don't see, because my analogy is you had 100 acres and you divided it into 10-acre lots, that means you'd have to have 500 foot of road frontage for 50 foot of a driveway of each lot.
Yeah, you
It doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And in the last 50 years, they've never used 11619, and I don't know who brought it up.
Especially with the subdivision regulations, it says in 105-20, paragraph C, necessary for several adjoining lots, the planning board may require that such lots be served by a combined access drive in order to limit possible traffic hazards on such streets.
okay, which you have.
So that's what we have here.
So you're saying this line here is a 50-foot
Yes.
wide, okay, and then what about this little piece here that apparently goes onto
It goes
somebody's
over,
property?
so there is a right of way that covers that.
Okay,
Well, how is it? They
It's,
Or,
in,
or they don't.
note number 7,
yeah, which is over here,
yeah.
okay, okay. So where is the variance they're asking for? I'm still confused.
For lot 1, they're asking for a variance to cover the fact that it does not,
Does-
not-
What they're
It's
saying-
not 50 feet.
I think what they're saying is that
But neither does
this
lot
lot
two.
can't be subdivided unless 50 foot of this lot is on a
How is
town
lot
road,
two?
state
Where's
road,
lot-
or
how does lot-
county road.
It's
Lot
this.
2 owns
Not
this.
meaning that if this lot isn't on this road
This is
50 feet,
here,
that
so
they're
that's
not
the
gonna
frontage.
approve it.
That's 50-foot frontage.
Okay,
And why don't they have?
so what's the solution?
Because
He- he
It
They
was
never
one
did it
property.
before.
this is
Yeah.
how it's been
That's
subdivided.
my problem. If they
You
did
understand
that
what's going
before,
on here?
I do, I do.
Okay,
This is 50 feet wide. That's the frontage for this guy.
let me,
okay.
That's the frontage for this guy. This guy doesn't own that.
Oh, I see.
how many years were you the
This is
planning
the,
board
this is
chairman?
the municipal road. This is
Right.
the road that they need frontage on.
Okay.
This property has it.
Okay.
This one does not.
So, no,
All
this
the
line does
subdivisions you
not
did
exist right
were
now, it's
approved
not
on the
subdivided
planning
yet.
board. Did they ever
That's what he's
apply?
asking for,
This
a
particular-
subdivision,
Right,
and that's why they're not
Me
giving it.
neither.
exactly.
So does that, I hear
Well,
you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this is your frontage, your 50-foot frontage for this property here.
Correct. He
This guy
thought-
doesn't have that because this belongs to this one. So now you need this. But now, so what we're saying is that, can he use this as his frontage?
Yes.
If he
That's
does
what you're asking.
If he desires to improve the driveway into a road condition, then we've got a road, no problem. But that's not what he wants to do. It's incredibly steep. I think it would be very, very expensive to do it. So rather than require that he do that, a variance was requested in relief of that
Yeah.
50-foot required on the road front.
It's just a request for him to use a private drive.
As his frontage, right. And this does not, you don't want to pave this, this does not want to be paved.
This isn't
Well-
paved here. Look, this is paved from here to here because he owns from here up. So it's
Order,
not
order in
paved-
the court.
It's not paved from here down. So that's
Right.
still dirt and mud.
I know, it's just on there.
And this is gravelled, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I would think, I don't know.
We will handle that in the planning board stages, but
Yeah.
the gravel, of course, you don't have to worry about water runoff as much as
Mhm.
if you paved it
Paved
all.
the road, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you address this gentleman's concern about water runoff and electricity access, or has that even been worked out yet?
Well, no, you've got the 50-foot right-of-way, and the pole is right across the road from it. So the electric's gonna go up.
So electric would go up the road?
50-foot right-of-way.
It's gonna go up in the road.
In the driveway.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I would have to.
Well, pending approval of the planning board.
Yeah, this is planning board issues.
Yeah, we can't rule on that.
Our
because
issue
we're not
is,
asking for variance.
I think our issue is to try and resolve the problem of subdividing the one lot into two lots and trying to litigate or determine what 11619 actually means, because that's also in our wheelhouse.
Yeah,
And the subdivision, like I said, the subdivision regulation that says the planning board should consider properties on a private drive.
okay, all right.
Like I said, I subdivided my property. My property doesn't meet this requirement. And I don't know of any other subdivisions that,
Right.
in the last so many years, that ever used 11619.
When did you subdivide?
Maybe 12 years ago, something like that,
Okay.
15 years ago.
I may point out this is a very unusual property. The zoning line runs through here. The front of the smaller lot is R 1.5, the other side is R 3, and then the upper corner, the back corner of
Is
the
in
property is
Woodstock.
actually in Woodstock. Did they pay Woodstock taxes?
Yeah, they have to, I guess.
Oh, okay. Crazy, crazy shit. So,
I don't want to be part of that lot.
I don't know.
Strike that from record.
My opinion is they don't need an area variance because the planning board has litigated and issued subdivisions without this 11619. It's never been used to my knowledge. And I asked the planning board, they never used it either.
It would be
Sure.
easier for, as far as my client goes, if we were able to get a variance.
but if you have you already have a 50-foot frontage here. Oh, but that wouldn't apply to this property.
Once you split it.
This is the property that's concerned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay for them?
So
to
he'll do
front on
anything
a-
to get,
on a-
to actually get it subdivided
split
into
it,
two
it's no
lots and go
longer
back in
shared.
front of the planning board
Understood. Okay.
and give him the site plan or whatever he
This
needs.
is what they, planning board requested, so.
What is the topography of Lot 2? Is this still vertical mountain? I think it's probably
No,
bare
it's,
forest. Right.
it's all forest, there's a lot of areas that are buildable on it, that are,
Okay.
so that's why he wants it like that, and this is a nice spot here.
Okay. And what's the term of wood road? Is that tan bark roads?
Those are just like logging.
Log roads? Okay.
Olivia,
So
do you have that letter that somebody submitted to the planning board about 116-19?
I think it was a part of their minutes, I can find it.
We can find it.
Somebody submitted an opinion.
That's right
When
here.
it went,
Where it was.
huh?
Oh.
Oh,
Maybe
you
it
did?
can help. Oh, so this is 116-19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
You want me to
just
read
that.
this?
yeah, the letter?
No, this isn't the letter.
No, this is the,
Oh,
law.
no, yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out how this became an issue in front of the planning board, that's all.
Well, the planning, they need approval for the lot subdivision.
Yeah, but it seems that somebody, from what they told me, is that somebody authored a letter and presented it to the planning board based on the subdivision. And they quoted 116-19.
Okay. In favor?
And that's how this thing cropped up,
Yeah.
to my knowledge.
The letter wasn't for or against Mr. Heikkinen's subdivision, it was just drawing the planning board's attention to a section of code that they've not addressed in the past.
we might have addressed it.
In the last 50 years.
Yeah, interesting they dredge it up now.
But here's that
Right.
subdivision, all that.
Yeah, we've read it, we've read
It
it.
doesn't make any sense,
No.
the two of them in the same book.
Yeah.
Well, we run into that problem often, as you
Yeah.
know, so
Well, I
and that's
looked up-
why
I
we're
looked up,
eventually we're rewriting the zoning code here.
You know, legal right-of-ways and legal terms and what it means, and it says an area to be used as a street. So,
If I see that, would
the
be-
definition,
There's a lot of properties in town like this that are
Yeah.
off the road and huge,
what do you think?
huge ownership.
I mean, I don't see a problem getting the variance, it's just that the variance we're setting a precedent that that's gonna happen in full time now. There's not many buildable lots, you know, that have frontage. And so we like hamstringing the, and did they just send them here all the time and then we just give them the variance?
Yeah,
You
Well,
know?
I mean, we've never had this issue.
No,
no,
And the thing as far as the runoff, the road's there.
Absolutely.
yeah, it already exists.
But granting the variance, it's not changing the road's there.
No, and this is not our issue, we can't rule on that.
It's already there.
That's the planning board.
I mean, excuse me, you're not against the subdivision, are you?
I mean, I don't.
You're just looking at issues that might
looking at
develop
issues.
because of it?
Yeah.
You're not against somebody subdividing their property, though?
I don't care what he does.
Okay.
Really.
Okay.
We'll address those concerns at the planning board.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I mean, that is concerning, because, I mean, the flood issue is pretty big, and how the heck they're gonna get electrical up there is.
Oh, you know, I don't know, I mean, some of these people are,
Yeah, they'll put poles in.
You know, I asked the planning board, if we say that 116.19 doesn't apply, and that they've never used that before in the last 50 years, and sent them back to the planning board for them to process the subdivision as normal, what would they do? They said they deny it,
they did.
yeah.
I don't recall, but perhaps they did.
Well, the one person that was
Well, there's
vocal
seven.
about it, I won't mention any names, said, we deny it, that's what he said to me, yeah.
What are the objections to granting the variance? But what,
I don't have an objection, personally. I mean, if this has been done and it's the only way you're gonna get access to it, why would you
Yeah.
not grant it?
I mean, aside from the electric and drainage issues, which were not our bailiwick, we can't
Right.
rule on that. I don't see any other objection, there's no, I mean, this is way off the Route 212 right away. What do you have to say?
I mean, for granting the variance, yeah, I don't have any objections, but it obviously does contradict what's 116.19.
Doesn't get changed.
If it matters at all, I think that the hardship here is pretty self-evident.
Yeah.
The
that's
lot
true.
in its
Yeah.
originality is pre-existing, non-conforming, it's
That's
not
true.
this man's
Yeah,
fault.
I
that
don't-
the
I don't think
access
that's an
is designed
issue.
in that
That's
way.
true.
You know,
Well, I
it's,
certainly hope the hardship is the issue.
no, I think one of the issues, the biggest issue is if, how 116.19 is being applied to the subdivision, saying that they can't have it if they don't have that 50-foot on a main road, a county road, or a state road. I think that's the bigger issue of, because we'll grant, obviously, the subdivision. It's how it's gonna be applied in the future, because it was never applied that way in the past.
It is an issue
It'll
that
come
if
up as
you're
a variance
concerned
again.
about, I would advise this board approaches the town board for their advice going forward on matters of
They already
We're the
did that.
board that they actually want to clarify,
Well, not
They didn't ask
clarifying,
for
but,
clarification, they asked for a variance.
yeah.
no, I know what they're asking for.
I mean, I would be prone to granting the variance.
Yeah,
I can't
I
see
agree.
too many downsides.
Okay.
Um,
The lot's in existence.
Yeah.
The lot's a pre-existing, it's there.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a lot of
I
record.
mean, if they were looking to put a lot there, it's a different story.
Yeah.
The lot's
Right.
been there.
Yeah, it's a lot of record.
The road's
Yeah.
already there.
But right now, this is all one contiguous lot, they
Mhm.
haven't given the subdivision yet.
I mean, there's really no difference from what it was. If one is legal, I don't see why the other one's not. That's my opinion.
Just the quirk in the
but
160-19.
Yeah.
It's
I guess
Yeah.
we're just giving them the variance, so this could go back to the planning board, and the
Right.
planning board's gonna do
Kick it
their
back.
site plan review and the electric, the water, whatever they have to do to
Another public hearing.
give them the use variance.
Yeah,
Poor guy's got it, is going on months and months now.
especially electric is gonna cost this guy some money. Should we approve the variance and then let the planning board do what they're gonna do?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. Just approve it, send it back to the planning board, and then if we have an issue with what I was just discussing before, maybe we could discuss it with the town board.
Town board. Okay, so I make a motion, we grant the variance as applied for the, for Iconic property.
I second.
All in favor?
No.
Oh, roll call.
Vote.
All right, Mark Lodi,
Yes.
Gary Guglielmetti,
Yes.
Alan Vella,
Yes.
Christian Lynch,
Yes.
Henry Williams.
Yes.
Okay, so moved. Mr. Hykonik has his variance. So it's up to you to communicate with the planning board about your concerns.
when is that meeting?
Second Wednesday, December 11th, I think, at 7 o'clock.
But the public hearing will be the following month.
They already had a public hearing on it. That's how
Yeah.
that's when this came up, so I
Yeah.
don't know that they'll need another.
Oh, good.
I mean, it's not for me to say, but I can't imagine that they'll want to do another.
So, the second Wednesday of
December 11th.
At 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, this has been an unusual case for us. So we had to,
Thank you for hearing me. I didn't, this is my first time really participating in any public.
no, we appreciate that. We're here for you. We wanna empower people to get this stuff done.
Part
We
of
wanna-
Parks and Rec, and I deal with that, but I've never done anything with this.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming. Okay, so we have some old business, the
No, you're not.
Wellington Blueberry.
You're not done with new.
Oh.
You guys talked about Leah, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
You talked about Leah.
yeah.
Yes, but I don't have the paperwork.
It's in your folder.
I don't think it's in the folder.
Yeah, it's in there. It's
Is that this one?
All the way in the
Yes,
back?
that's with the paperwork. All the way in the back.
All the way in the back.
After Alfred and
Oh, here.
Chris.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you again.
Right. I don't see the application.
Yeah, I don't see it.
It's just 3 pieces of paper, so
It's
you guys
there.
might be looking for something with a site plan.
It's there.
On the top it says,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
There.
That's
bear with us.
It's very low-fi, but it hopefully gets the job done.
So these two white are the ones you want to develop?
There you go.
Yeah, there's actually, there's four things that are gonna be
Is this
done.
it?
Four.
No, this is,
So, to give the backstory, I went to get a building permit.
We don't have that.
I get a building permit because I already have 2 existing residences on my property.
On
I'm
this,
gonna give you guys
on this same property?
the same property, yeah.
it's
Okay.
the,
So all of these buildings currently exist. I live there full-time in the house, and I have 1 ADU that predated me living there. I have a series of other buildings and applied for a building permit to add a bathroom and a kitchen to one of the other buildings. The building permit was denied because I already have 2 existing residences on my property. So in order for me to add a bathroom and a kitchen, I need to get a variance for that one particular structure. But because my intention is to renovate the other structures, the recommendation was rather than do this every single time I wanna do it, to just get a use variance for the entire property. So if this were to be in residential, which it is not, the property is split residential commercial, but it's in Hamlet commercial.
Right.
If this were to be in residential, ironically, this could be a cottage development or cabin development, which to me makes literally no sense because that is basically like short-term rentals, but in a residential area. Like, who wants that?
Right, well,
Well, right, but-
our laws are archaic, we understand that.
Right, totally. But so basically what I want is what the zoning code currently lists as a cottage development or cabin development, but because I'm in commercial hamlet, I would need the use variance to be changed.
Okay,
So the property
Good.
has had, the past uses, like, were the F&S tubing, the auto body shop, that still is the current use of that garage.
oh,
But it hasn't been an auto body shop long before I bought the property.
mhm,
Yeah, so I'm open to any questions. I went to the planning board, I went to their workshop, and then I went to the actual meeting, and they told me to come here. So this is my
Okay.
third week in a row that
Oh.
I've been hanging out here with you guys.
well,
What's the
welcome.
multi-use space?
That's currently what was the auto body garage. So that, I don't exactly have a fully fleshed out plan for it, but the goal would be that it has, that it's like, could be a community space, maybe would have like some provisions, like if these, I have like multiple rentals happening, that people could go in and get a cup of coffee, but it would also sort of be like a lounge. So if we wanted to have like a community meeting or like do like a movie screening or anything like that. So it'd be open to the public,
Okay.
and also could be just private. But the
And
reason
the
I
other
say
two
multi,
cottages adjoining, adjacent to that are the ones you wanna develop?
so there's three, so the, okay, so cottage, the one bedroom cottage below, the lowest one, that exists currently.
Okay.
That what predated me buying it.
Mhm.
The next one is a shed currently, like a little 2-story shed.
Mhm.
That is, I have drawings for that already, to have that be renovated into like a tiny
Yeah,
house.
that was the body shop.
That was not the body shop, that was just like an old, shed, basically. Then there's a one bedroom cottage, which currently was the 4 months workshop. That's 2 stories, and that's the one that got me here.
And you
Okay.
develop that?
That's would be the first thing that I would do. The next one is currently the carport. I don't actually know if I'm for sure going to build something there, but
Okay.
as per Grace's good recommendation,
Shoot for the moon.
yeah, shoot for the moon, might as well say that is a goal, but I don't currently have that drawing.
Okay.
And then the next thing is the 2-bay garage, which was the auto body shop, which I currently have listed as multi-use space because I don't exactly know what its intention.
And these are gonna
Okay.
be short-term rentals?
Not the multi-use space, but the other one, the goal would be some sort of like a kind of bungalow colony, like a cabin development, where it would like have one name, people could rent all of them, they could rent one of them. Sometimes, like, I'm open to, like the perch cottages, for instance, like those in slow season, they have people rent them for 3 months or 4 months or something like that.
Mhm.
That is like, would be kind of on the table for me.
Do you currently have a STR license?
I have one.
You have one, and then what does that allow you?
That allows me the one.
One.
Yeah, so that's where this gets fucked, is because now that law changed, so I'm no longer, these other buildings, I can't do that. So this would like allow me to sort of skip that, and again, this is just like, it's not a one-step process, but it's like, if I can get this variance, then I don't need to continue to apply over and over again, and continue to come before both boards repeatedly.
That's
Do you
why,
need a short-term rental license for each one of these?
No, if I do this, then no, because
Because
this-
that one, the license covers all of them?
yeah, and it would become
It's
like,
like
I would have to go through like I would have to get other, licensure. Like it would be run, like I would need to get it inspected like as a hotel.
and that's why it's a use variance.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Well, my
What
neighbor
is-
has 3 on his property, so it's similar. James,
yeah, I don't know.
across the street from us.
Oh,
He's got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
What do
that I didn't have it together in time to do it, and
What is the square footage of the multi-use?
it's like 1,000 square feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty substantial.
Oh.
The 1-bay garage is like 15 by 15, let's say, 2 stories, and then the little shed is like 10 by 10.
Okay.
Yeah, and obviously, like, should this be accepted, obviously, I don't think that goes to you guys though, but like I could even pull it up on my phone if you wanted to see the drawings of
Okay.
those buildings.
I don't think it's necessary now.
Yeah.
What is this structure here?
That is the septic, that's just was on there from before, that's like the,
Oh, that's the leach
leach
field.
field. Yep. So these buildings already have a separate septic.
Okay.
Should I develop additional buildings, I would need to go through that process of getting an additional septic. But the ones that are like next on the docket, if you will, those already have a septic.
Okay.
Will you be able to do that next to the creek there?
Do what? I already,
Put more septic.
it's an excellent question. That hasn't been, I think I'm far enough away and I already have 2 septics there, so it shouldn't be a problem, but guess what? If it is, then I cross that bridge when I come to it. Because right now, as I said, the drawings that I have are for these 2, like, building this first one and this second one, and those already have a septic. So
Okay.
this is like a pie in the sky, like eventually maybe.
Mhm.
And what I was told is that I could link to this septic, should I need to, like it would link to that, whatever you
The
call it. Tank,
1,000
yeah.
gallon.
And then this is also TBD, like I don't yet, I don't even know if that one will have a bathroom, if it does, then yeah.
Yeah, but it's already there.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm not,
That's-
all that I'm
isn't
doing
that
is
the
changing the use, I'm not, again, that one, like,
You're not building any new structures?
I'm not, currently not building any new structures, even where that last one that's next to the multi-use space, that currently is a carport, so that structure already exists, so it's even in my mind, like, as a material save, that I would like put up an additional wall, like 2 additional sides, and then make that its own, you know,
Okay.
so,
That's gotta be the shop.
yeah. The one that's the multi-use space was the shop.
Was the shop.
Yep,
That's what we were just discussing.
Yeah, yep. You can even see
Yeah.
like, the letters still.
So these
up
2
there.
buildings are there.
All the buildings.
Yeah,
are
that's
there.
what I thought.
Yep,
Mhm.
all the structures
I
are
was
there.
getting confused by the way you were presenting it.
Yeah, all those structures are there. What the intention is to show what the use would be. But the structures are all existing. There's even 2 additional sheds that aren't even on there.
Okay.
I've got more sheds than you can shake a shed up.
If you had a shed.
If I had a shed. Yeah, I've got plenty of room for parking that would allow for this. I outlined the spots, those are to scale.
Yeah. Well, I've found you can never have too many sheds.
You know,
They
yeah,
get filled up right away.
that's what they have. I
Been
know
there,
them
done
to
that.
move stuff from one shed to the next and then move it back.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any additional questions that I
Any-
may help answer?
I don't think so.
Not really. So we can't rule on this today, as you probably know, we need a public hearing,
Okay,
which will be next month, and then
got it,
give your neighbors an opportunity to weigh in pro or con,
got it,
which
okay,
we can take into consideration before we make a determination to grant that variance.
okay.
Get those fruit cakes, right?
She only has 2 neighbors.
Fruitcakes? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Only one in the back. She's got 2 neighbors, one in the back
Oh,
and
well,
one
yeah,
on the
there's one,
side.
yeah,
Well,
person,
yeah, according to the,
That's a right-of-way road going in, isn't it?
yes, it is. Like, when I applied for my STR, like, there were somehow Grace found like 20.
She has a lot of abutters.
Yeah.
What?
She has a lot of abutters.
It's because of my,
A lot of-
Abutting, adjacent.
because that
A lot
mountain,
of fruit
the
cakes.
mountain is like it's like shared with myself and 3 other,
Hmm.
so it's like, it runs behind all the houses,
It goes, her property goes
Yeah.
back.
Is that
Yeah.
right-of-way road 50 feet?
20.
I was just checking.
Oh, that I
you
knew.
gun shy?
Yep, okay, so for some reason, okay, great, so there's nothing that can happen right now?
No.
No.
No,
It has to.
no, other than,
Other
you know, we
than
got your
public
information
hearing.
and we can study the
Schedule.
issue, you know, we like to do drive-bys or at least familiarize yourself with the property, which I just lived up the street, so I'm way well familiar with this.
Come on over anytime. My door's always,
Okay, I will take a drive up.
my driveway's always open.
Okay. Any other questions for Leah?
No.
No?
No, we don't.
Okay. Yeah, that's all we can do, is just, you know, entertain your request for variance, and we have to hear from the public.
Yep,
A letter will be sent to the abutters,
Yep.
to the people abutting the property,
Yep.
giving them the opportunity to be here and voice
Okay.
their opinions.
great,
So we will be able to rule on this at the next meeting,
okay.
which is, what was the date? 18th of,
January 18th.
I make a
December.
motion we have a public hearing.
Yep, that would, because this is November. Got it, I have no idea. Okay,
okay, so we need,
I make a motion that we have a public hearing on this particular project.
a- I second, all in favor?
Aye.
6:45?
6:45.
6:45, okay, on the 18th
So
of
you'll be
December.
here a little before 6:45
okay,
next
6:45.
month.
Yeah,
But
it'll be here.
I'll
I'll
give
be
you,
here.
I'll give you a reminder.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Nice to
thank
see
you.
all. All right.
Okay. All right. Are you folks here to address the Wellington property? Okay, so the issue about the Wellington property is we have granted an extension of the public hearing. So as of now, the public hearing has been open for 60 days. We haven't had a public hearing because we don't have any requests for variance in front of us because the planning board has not ruled against any plans that you've submitted.
Right,
Because
so-
apparently you haven't submitted any plans.
Well, I'm here to address that.
Yes.
So I'm here to ask, pretty please, if you keep it open one more month, because we have been working with Alan Dumas and Mike Moriello in preparing our entire soup to nuts application with the planning board.
And who, those your attorney, your real estate attorneys? Who are those people?
Mike Moriello is the real estate attorney, he's the land use attorney, and then Alan Dumas is the engineer. They're working on full site plans to address the parking issue. There's a number of variances that we're gonna have to apply for. And so instead of doing it piecemeal, like you said, we are gonna do the entire package and address all of the variances that are expected.
Okay,
And so they are making that application on the 11th. So, and then.
December, and our meeting is the
18th,
18th.
week
Okay.
later.
All right, so that would give them time to come before us. We could make, so this board has reaffirmed time and time again that we totally support the project. We want to see this happen. But, you know, the concern is, and I know you guys have already gotten grants and you're going to get more grants, but if we don't follow the legal procedures where we can give you a legitimate variance, then you don't have legal legitimacy.
Right.
So that's where,
Well, and that's what we decided to do the entire package and do the coordinated, you know, and present that to you. We are rushing, we've got these guys like really working on it. So
Okay.
it will be the entire package that's coming in on that.
okay, so this is unusual. We usually don't extend these public hearings.
I understand that,
doing
and
it.
we really appreciate you working with us. We're
Yeah,
all,
absolutely.
you know, trying to figure out how to manage this project.
No, we're trying to get this. I totally admire what you guys are doing, and this is a totally private project. So, is there any objection to extending the public hearing for another 30 days?
I don't know.
I have no objection.
You good with that?
I guess I'm okay with that, but,
Yeah.
Oh, we're trying to help these people out.
yeah.
If we do deny the public hearing, then they have to reapply at a $150 application fee, so we're trying to save them money. Okay, so I make a motion, we extend the currently open public hearing for another 30 days. May I have a
Thank you for your patience and
Wait,
your
wait, wait,
understanding.
we have to vote on, may I have a second? May I have a second? All in seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so moved. So we have another 30 days.
That's it, no more.
Yeah,
I understand.
we can't do this forever.
Absolutely, no, I.
You know, because realistically, you have no standing before us. You know, I mean, realistically.
I
We-
absolutely understand.
Yeah, we need a denial from the planning board. At which point, we're prepared to give you the variances you're asking for. We love this project, we want to see it come to fruition, but I know it's been a long and bumpy road for you guys.
Yeah,
So-
it has been. And, but, yeah, if you really are grateful for these extra 30 days, and we will have that into the.
Great.
We understand that this is totally at your discretion, so we are.
We're happy to work with you.
If y'all intend to reopen that public hearing next month, then that needs to be posted, so you need a time. You could do 6:30, you could do 7. We have notified butters, put it in the paper.
Yeah, so should we say 6:30?
Yeah, 6:30 this way.
So I make a motion, we open the public hearing for the Wellington property at 6:30, December 18th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved.
6:30.
Okay, see you guys next month.
Two public hearings.
Yeah,
Guys, be well.
Aye.
Now we have to. We voted on the results already.
on what?
Did we vote? We did get.
Yes, we did that.
And so he
We
has-
voted on
And we did done. So we're done?
We're done.
Yeah,
We're
I
done.
think so.
Other than new business or.
I'm glad to see we got through this. I was
really, we should meet though with the town board, because don't forget, if they need a clarification
promise
or
I'll
anything in
have
the contract, we're the board that the
next time. I
town
feel
can
so
do
bad.
that. Now, we're going in.
I'm like, it's
Meaning,
one more, I made it
like,
for
if
you
they
though, the
need,
other day, so.
An interpretation of what the street is, they would come here, and we're the ones that do that. You know, so, I just wanna make sure that this doesn't happen in the future to other people that wanna subdivide, because it's hamstringing the town a little bit. Because a lot of these properties only have a, you know, and there's not much land to
And
sell.
make sure that they know that that's one of them that needs to be changed or dealt with. What else?
Any old business? Any other new business?
I don't know who's up, but one of your terms is up,
Probably more.
maybe, they're 5-year terms, so if anybody can remember.
No, I think it may be me, I stepped into somebody's thing.
I can check.
I'm pretty sure.
We've already posted the notice, because we
I
have
think
to.
Christian, I think you're a long
Actually, that's a good
way-
idea.
I think I might got another year or two, right?
You're the
Yeah,
newest
more
one.
than that.
Let's check, let me check.
Oh, Alan, you were just redone in January, I think.
Was I?
Didn't you
Yeah, yeah.
replace?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
we-
replaced somebody.
We wanted you to
Yeah.
buy us pizza and everything, and
Gary's
take
up.
us out.
Gary's up, oh, okay.
Yeah, you've been around for what,
Right, I
30
had
years?
4 years?
You're
He's got another
through-
30
well,
years left in him.
You were last year, so now you're through 29.
29.
Yeah, many.
So what's the implication? We need to vote on the
You have to
renewal?
hold interviews, and Gary has to say whether or not he wants to come back. So it's already been posted on, in the Freeman, that we're accepting applications if anybody's interested. We haven't gotten any. And during your December meeting, you'll have to hold interviews if you have more than one person. And Gary has to say whether or not he wants to come back, which of course he does.
Wait, so if he wants to come back, then we still have to interview the other applicants? Okay. Yeah, get some fruitcakes ready.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
Yeah, I think vanilla.
I didn't realize it was 2,000.
Yeah, it goes quick.
That's when he started, 2000?
Yeah, 2002. No.
No, that's
2020, I
20.
think it's 2020, I remember.
It went quick, 5 years.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna close the meeting.
Any other business? I think we can close the meeting. I make a motion, we close the meeting.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you, gentlemen, we got a lot done.